Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Ahmad Muhammad in Real Talk Show. This is our show. It has just started. This is a new journey. Real Talk Show talks about youth conversation, political conversation, religious conversation, and motivational conversation. We are here to discuss issues that are affecting communities, issues that are affecting youth, including talents, empowerment and development of our community. Today we have got an honor to be with our brother here who is going to introduce himself and share with us his knowledge about the current issues that is politically affecting our community, especially down there at home, Mandera and the Northeastern at large, and including Kenya. Welcome all as we continue with this journey. We appreciate our togetherness. My brother, karibu sana. Welcome to this show. Kindly, can you share about a bit about yourself and how it is like growing there in Mandera or Northeastern?
First of all, thank you so much, Mr. Muhammad, for giving me this opportunity and privilege for welcoming me to this wonderful place. If I start by a little bit of myself, my real names are Abdulkhaliq Alan Abdurrahman. Popularly known as Talie in social media. Everyone know me through the social media platform, especially TikTok. I was born and brought up in Mandera County, especially Mandera North constituency, Ramu that is. But most of my time I took, I grew up in Mandera town. Back in the days when I was born in Mandera, we passed through a lot. Mandera specifically Mandera not passed through a lot of scenarios from younghood. When I went to schooling, I went to schooling in Mandera or Mandera North Ramudas. I think we've had a lot also.
Thank you very much. As we all know, there is a bit of issues coming up from the community. Can you describe how interclan conflict affects young people, because it has been there for a long time unresolved, that people have been conflicting each other. The same community that are living in the same land are killing each other. How these killings and these conflicts affect young people down there in Mandera?
Now, this is a very important one. First of all, the issue of interclan conflict is a norm in an African society. It is not something that is new, and just because it is a norm in African society, whereby during the heydays, when people are not when people have not gone to school, are not civilized, most of our people, especially the community we come from, are people who are pastoralist people, who are livestock keeping people, and then through that, because of settlements and personal and those stuff, people used to fight over those resources. And then, during our time, I think so many conflicts, we faced a lot of conflicts, especially one of the most one I've ever seen or witnessed was that one of 2007-2008 that happened in Mandera North, especially Ramu. From what I've seen, it started politically, because that was the time when the political issue was, gaining momentum, and then it was like, and the issue of also clanism was also deep into the society. The people were like, now when it comes to political issues, the leaders were like, everyone was to consider his own clan for whatever positions in the politics. So due to that, so many conflicts happened, people fought, and then, a lot of things happened during them. As a youth, or as one of one of the persons from Mandera, especially from conflict zone, it really affected us socially. It also affected us psychologically, because you cannot socially interact with everyone just because you will see, this is from the other clan, and then you belong to this clan, and this is stuff like you don't share anything, because you will see the other person from the different clan as an enemy. So due to that, psychologically and socially, youths at least got some effect from young.
Yeah, they were really affected in some way. My next question is, since devolution, there are a lot of progress, there are a lot of issues that are coming up deep down due to devolution and such factor development that is going down to the people. We have realized that the current development factors, such as creation of new sub-counties in Mandera, have raised a bit some tension in between the clan and communities. Some are saying like the creation of some county, I can say such as Sabito and Dandu, may cause inter-clan conflict in the county. What do you say on this?
Actually, there is a concern in this issue because when these government structures comes into place, obviously there are developmental, the development procedures and programs, and then now through the tracks of developing, and maintaining implementations and doing these government stuffs, there are things that should come across. Like for example, now if I go directly into the issue of sub-county system that recently happened, and what happened. If from the start there was, that issue of, region-wise, people see that a certain majority of people belong to a certain region, and that is the norm in this country, especially Kenya. You would see that if you go to Garissa, the dominance of Garissa County people only understand. If you are Somalis from Northeastern, people do understand as Ogadens are the dominant people in Garissa. And then if you go to Wajir, like Wasandeni Mandera, the people that have that image, like, Mandera belongs to a certain region, a certain community, being the dominant people, they would be like, when now these development procedures or projects or implementations of these things from the government do happen, it will be like, okay, why not our interest first? And then through that, when these sub-county issues came, people were like, the first, the first sub-county that was operationalized was Asabito. Immediately when the Asabito operationalization was done, the youth from Mandera was like, okay, why like this sub-county is going to a specific community, and why is only a specific community gaining this, and then the dominant community, or maybe the community who live, or the society who are known to be the dominant in this region, have not get one. And then through that, most of the youth are like, no, we also need to be considered, we are sidelined and those stuff. And through that, most of the people, especially youth who have not gone to school and have not understood anything about this, were like, no, this shouldn't have happened, until, to the level of condemning the leaders and the politicians and those stuff. But in the real sense, it is the right of every individual who lives in Mandera County that they have right to be given the service of the government, to be given what they are equal for. So I don't think if there is wrong in the operationalizations of those government steps.
Okay, maybe a follow-up question. After the launch of Gandu sub-county, there are some remarks that comes from leadership of Mandera County, such as the former governor, now Senator Brian Roba, where he said he informed the community that they were not giving out land. They were not buying land for political reasons, as the people say. But also at the same point, he blamed the community in a sense that the tension that is ongoing is from the point of misinformation and maybe media influence. Is the youth and the community what to be blamed, or the government of the county of Mandera what to be blamed when it comes to tension creation and this action?
Actually, to be sincere and on point and precise, what our former governor and the current senator from Mandera County said is a little bit of pressing to the norms of the youth from Mandera, especially the community he hails from. The utterances he said at Dandu sub-county, whereby he said like, if you are not interested, or if you are not confident with what you are doing, you are free to go to the ballot and even kick us out. It's like a kick in the face. The same people who groomed into that position are the same people who also appreciate what he has done also. They shouldn't have said that to the community, bold enough and in front of them. And they shouldn't have understood, the views of the people, and the people from Mandera, especially the people who condemned him, as people who are, attacking him. The people from Mandera were not, in the act of attacking the leaders or, abusing the leaders or disrespecting the leaders. They were acting in a capacity whereby they are asking for accountabilities and transparency, whereby the leaders we've elected, the leaders who have our responsibilities, what have they done for us? Okay, this and this is happening here in our county on the other side and this side, and what have you. Why should our leaders, especially the people we belong to, the people who we grew to this politics and this position yesterday, are not doing us anything? That is like now acting upon accountability and transparency, and looking for what they are up to for the people of Mandera. Then the leader, especially now Musarova, is like going against their views and condemning them, like telling them, you don't understand anything. You are only there to abuse and disrespect leaders. And then to the point of also telling the youth, if you have the powers, you can even take us the ballot and give us and kick us. That's not, I see that as very disrespectful and not good actually to the people of Mandera. Should have a purpose.
Oh, wonderful. Now, when it comes to now the issue concerning counties where we also have a responsibilities, when it comes to conflict resolution and peacemaking as youth. How do you think young people can contribute to easing tensions like this around the sub-county launch and any other tension that comes to maybe add up to interclan conflict? How can young people, especially youth from Mandera, can contribute to peacemaking?
I think to this era, juncture and time, I think our youth from Mandera should now rise above, the issues of, creating conflicts and hatred and incitement and those stuff. We are not at that stage now. Kenya has now developed, the system of the government, and everything now has now reached at a very far level. I think what I should tell the youth of Mandera is that we are not at the time of, doing conflicts, bringing hate and incitement to the people. No, we should not go for that. We should go directly for what is right for you, democratically, constitutionally, and then see how the system, through the system of the government, whereby you will rightfully ask for what is right for you as. And then I should have also talked to the youth of Mandera, or maybe everyone from Mandera. And I think because of that, our youth should at least embrace peace and tranquility, and know how to live with people all around.
Yeah, we have realized that there are a lot of people who are not happy with Mandera being shared. Some are claiming such county contain of one community. Is there any problem with sharing counties, maybe from different communities to be in the same county?
Okay, I think from my personal view, the issue of sharing, the county or the government, whatever, with people who live around you, is not bad, because if you go constitutionally, if you look at constitutionally, when once you are a Kenyan and you have an idea, then you are entitled to live somewhere in this country. You are also entitled to the rights and the services of the country or the government itself, wherever you are. Like, for example, if you see a fellow, for example, a Somali living in Vihiga County or somewhere there in the country, he should be given equal rights like the others. I think people living with you who are Kenyans and with IDs, who are rightfully to live with you, have the same and equal rights with you, but not on an equal share with you, right? Because of the numbers. I think the only problem that is arising from Mandera and then the views on the ground is that, okay, yes, people live with you in school, they are Kenyans, they should be at peace with you, they should have, that equal rights, the same right you are given, like going to school, being given job and those stuff. But now when it comes to sharing resources and positions, it is a norm everywhere in this country and in African society that you should first consider the majority, and then with the majority positions, and then you come down to down numbers like that. I think the only problem that is arising from Mandera is that people, even the fewest or even the minority people in Mandera are having equal share with even the majority in Mandera. I think that system is a bit different from others, because you cannot have the same everywhere in other counties and any other government systems if you go around in Kenya. It is only specific and only in Mandera. That is why people, the people from a certain community are having the satisfaction with how the leaders and the politicians are running the system.
Wow. In the recent tension, we have realized that youth are talking. Youth from Mandera especially are talking. They are up to the system. And we have realized that the communities at large are also talking. What do you say about this when it comes to the next government formation? Is there some, prophecy of change that is coming?
I don't think most of the people nowadays, all politicians have the same legacies. Most of them come with good faces. Most of them, if you look back, most of the politicians come in good face, in good heart, and in good faith. And then at the end of the time, you will see things change. I think from my view, the people of Mandera now should now come together to align their issues, understand this thing very well, and go for the people who really care about them, the ordinary people who are on the ground. Because most of these politicians, we tend to realize that most of them are people who are not much interested in the interests of the ordinary people on the ground. Okay, in the first place, they come with a very good face and faith and heart. Then, all through you'll see people change. I don't know what is what is changing these people. Not for you to get the right person, or maybe the right leader, for example, who is up to the interest of the ordinary people on the ground and in the best interest of the people on the ground. I know it is challenging. It is not very easy to get such a leader, but I think the people of Mandera should come and understand and see how should we get to those people, those leaders. How should we select them? I think it's such a challenge.
Wow, thank you. There was a very interesting remarks from I think Honorable Sahadair, an MCA to Ramo, where he said you guys are complaining about the land being given out, but when it comes to leadership, leadership selection and election, you are going for the deep tribalic part of the community, that you look leaders in tribal face. You choose from the tribal intention. You have not been choosing your leaders to defend your land, or maybe to defend or to create peace, or to look for a leader who is capable of serving the community. That utterances has got a very different meaning when it comes to community. The views of the communities were very different from the utterances. What is your view on this?
Okay, my view on this is that actually I believe I've listened to that clip of Isaac Dyer. Isaac Dyer was specific and on point. He's up to a point. Isaac Dyer was like, the problems that the people of Mandera are crying for is the same problem that is being created by them. Like, it's true, because when it comes to politics nowadays, when times of politics come, especially in Mandera, you will see that, even one community, they don't go in one voice. Like, they don't come together and share ideas well, and go together like that. Everyone will be like, out of this community, okay, I belong to this community, but out of this community, I belong to this certain sub whatever, and then eventually you will see that that person will go to the closest, elder of the sub branch he comes from, and then you will only listen to that elder. Now, if everyone escalates that way, and then in the meantime, everyone will choose their own leaders on their own merits and their own understandings or whatever, at the end of the time, people will, from every branch you will see, everyone have their own interest. Now, too many interests from different parts will come together, and then eventually now the reality, what is to be required now gets lost in between. Like now, if it should have been, coming together and talking in one voice, I'm going for the purpose of the generation of this county, this great county, in the future of this generation, the first thing, the first resource you should look at is the settlement and the land of what you own. From there, what will these people who come together and talk in one voice do for the people of this and the next generation? If they're actually talking that, and talking one voice, at least the people of Mandera would be like, okay, we are going somewhere. But just because now this system of politics is like deep down there, I think that it is even very late to blame the leaders and the politicians. The blame should come from the people on the ground. That's why Isaac Dyer is saying the problem is with you guys and he's right.
Wow. Now, if as we are coming to our conclusion, if you are given an opportunity to send a message to leaders and elders and youth about resolving these tensions, what would you say to them?
I think my message to the leaders, and of course, it is too late for my message to the leaders before, but I think if we want to be a leader, and probably you want to aspire, or for example, you want to lead the people, the responsibility of leading the people is not as simple as what you just intend and say, okay, let me, and then you just don't do it. Taking the responsibility of the people on the ground is a heavy thing. You should take it so wholeheartedly. I think to any person who is now willing to be a leader, or maybe with the decision of leading someone or taking responsibility of millions of people, please be as what your manifesto say, because most of the times we've seen the manifestos these leaders come with, the faith and the heart, and what the procedures and the lead and whatever they come with are always different back in them, because the leaders should be specific, should be accountable, responsible, and exactly be that person who is very friendly and active on the ground and to the ordinary person on the ground, because it is that person on the ground who give you the opportunity to lead, and he gave you the mandate to lead that person, to go right, to go talk for that person, to go do the stuff that's required for them. So I think the leaders, I urge you, please be specific.
Wow, that's a wonderful advice. What do you have for the political class? And if a young person, as a young person, you are given an opportunity to advise the county government of Mandera, what do you say to the county government?
The county government, if I should be given the opportunity and on behalf of the youth of Mandera to at least ask this government, what I should ask this government is that, what are you doing for the people of Mandera? Do you really understand what what the government is doing, what the county government is doing for the people is not something that is done behind the doors or closed doors. You are doing something in the manner that you are serving the people, and yet there are people who are educated professionals and people who understand out there to magnify what you are doing. Like, is whatever you are doing equivalent to what you have promised according to your leadership role, or what is it? There are things that I should look upon into. So if you see people outside there looking into the operation of your system, there must be a concern. So to the government, I think they should, they should inclusively take on with professionals, youth on the ground, and the people participatory, getting down to the views of the people on the ground, and then listen to everyone on the ground and see where they are not going right. It is not that okay, you got the mandate, the responsibilities by your own self, and then when you will be asked on accountability and the transparency test, you will be offended or what have you. It is your responsibility to be. It is the responsibility for the people on the ground to ask you the same, and it is also your pleasure and time to give time to these people and answer them accordingly. So the county government should consider the views on the ground, and especially the youth.
Wow, wonderful. I think that is all about our discussion. This is Youth Conversation at Real Talk Show. Hope you have enjoyed the show. Kindly follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and also on Instagram. We are going to give the links to all of you. Kindly subscribe to our channel, and let's keep in touch. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Wow, thank you.